Dr. Gibbs.
Thank you, Chairman Wyden, Ranking Member Crapo, and members of the Finance Committee. First and foremost, I'm a pharmacist. I've been in the PBM industry for a very long 24 years, serving in various leadership roles. I'm currently serving as a member of the executive team at Capital RX, a disruptor PBM in the market. We must first take a step back to truly understand how the PBM situation developed. Since PBMs emerged in the 1980s and 90s, they have played a vital role in the overall supply chain. PBMs connect all pharmacies in the U.S. via a single uniform communication logic. This logic allows pharmacies, from single-store ownership to multi-store chain operations, to communicate safety edits, drug-to-drug interactions, disease-to-drug interactions, and patient payment information. This happens within milliseconds and is arguably the most efficient transaction in all healthcare. In the early 2000s, PBMs started to grow and scale, while at the same time, brand drug inflation increased. PBMs began to negotiate directly with pharmaceutical manufacturers on rebates for preferred product placement on the PBM's formularies. Rebates quickly became the lifeblood of every PBM. With this development came a web of complex layers of rebate payment definitions, which became impossible for any employer or government entity to track. The market then shifted in an arguably suspicious direction, choosing consolidation over innovation. It is no secret to anyone on this committee that 70 to 80% of the PBM market is controlled by three major organizations. Each of these is either owned by or owns a major insurance carrier. PBMs also own dispensing assets, mail service pharmacies, and specialty home delivery, and in certain circumstances, even a retail chain. Fortunately, the Federal Trade Commission is now examining these market concerns. Most critically is the fact that nearly all PBMs utilize a less than efficient pricing benchmark. This benchmark is known as average wholesale price, or AWP. This was the pricing source that was part of a class action lawsuit that required the majority of publishers of AWP to stop before September 2011. There was hope in the market that at the time a new industry benchmark would emerge. Unfortunately, every PBM migrated back to AWP through another available index, and it now is again the market standard. State fee-for-service Medicaid plans, however, were no longer going to leverage AWP, so they relied on CMS to develop a new acquisition cost benchmark called National Average Drug Acquisition Cost, or NADAC. If you go to the pharmacy to pick up an over-the-counter product, you quickly see the prices in front of you, and you know what you're going to pay when you get to the register. But when you go to the back and you go to the pharmacy to pick up your prescription, you spin the roulette wheel and cross your fingers and hope for the most affordable price that month. It doesn't have to be this way, and it is a direct result of the AWP benchmark being manipulated by PBMs. The ask is simple. Every drug should have a price that is accessible to every American at any time. Traditional PBMs have trained everyone to believe that drug pricing is unstable while using complex proprietary algorithms to lower their contractual reimbursements to pharmacies, while at the same time not returning those savings to the payers or the patients. And while Medicare limits this practice to some extent, most commercial and managed Medicaid contracts still allow it to continue. One solution is to use NADAC as a publicly available price and a source of truth for drug costs. Is it perfect? No. Is it fundamentally better than the industry standard? Absolutely. I'll leave you with this final message. I've worked my entire career to drive transparency into the pharmacy supply chain. We're at a pivotal moment in history where we can finally change what is broken and bring rational drug-level pricing to the American people. Compulsory NADAC reporting from all retail, mail order, and specialty pharmacy home deliveries will drive competition and bring meaningful cost insights to payers and patients alike. Thank you, Chairman Wyden, Ranking Member Crapo, and the committee for your time on this crucial issue.
All right.